In today's AI world, everyone is talking about RAG, embeddings, and smart search systems. But behind all of these, there is one silent hero that makes everything possible: the vector database. If you have ever wondered how AI models instantly find the most relevant information, or how chatbots remember context, or how semantic search actually works, this video is for you. Hello everyone, you have started watching Code with Abby. If you are learning AI, building chatbots, working with LLMs, or planning to explore agentic AI, understanding vector databases has become a must-have skill. Today, I will break it down in simplest possible way, even if you are completely new, and at the same time, we will go deep enough that you can confidently explain Vector DB to everyone. In this video, we will cover what exactly a vector database in super simple words, how it is different from normal databases like SQL Server or MySQL, why traditional databases are not enough for AI use cases, what vector DBs exist in market today like Pinecone, faiss, Vivid, Quadrant, ChromaDB, Milvus, and more. We will pick ChromaDB as our choice for the tutorial, understand who owns it, its growing popularity, and where it fits in the market. Then we will install ChromaDB on our machine step by step. And finally, we will create a small complete Python demo using ChromaDB, inserting data searching and doing a similarity lookup. Before we begin, if you enjoy content like this and want more videos on AI, RAG, vector search, LangChain, and agentic AI, consider subscribing to the channel and hit the like button. It really motivates me to create more high-quality tutorials for you. And don't forget to share this video with your team so everyone can learn together. Alright, let's start the basics. What exactly a vector database and why it is becoming the backbone of AI system. Let's try to first understand what Vector DB is. The Vector DB, which can also be called as meaning-based storage. So a vector DB is a special kind of DB that stores meaning of data, not just exact words of numbers. This helps AI understand and search information by meaning, not by the exact words. So unlike normal databases like SQL Server or MySQL, wherein when we write a query, it exactly matches the details and then it returns the matching records. Vector databases basically do a different kind of search and then perform and provides the result there. A normal DB stores data in the form of rows and columns, mostly like employee ID, employee name, address, date of birth, etc. But the Vector DB stores vectors instead. This vector is nothing but the list of numbers that represent the meaning of text, image, or audio, etc. For example, cat is represented by, let's say, this vector 0.4, 0.7, 0.3, 0.9, ... Dog is represented with these vectors, and apple is represented with these vectors. Make sense? If we normally try to see vector databases and normal databases in one view, we can see here the normal database like SQL or MySQL. You see here these are headers, or this is called a column. This is another column, this is another column, and this becomes a row. So Anna has age 25 and city is London. Mike has age 30 and city is NYC. Jane has age 28 and city is Paris. Likewise, if you see the vector, king and queen are getting stored with these vectors. We will go and see a couple of vector DB examples. The first thing is Chroma. Chroma is an open source, super easy to use locally, and perfect for learning demos and RAG, that is retrieval augmented generation projects. Is it free? Yes. The next is Pinecone. Pinecone is a cloud-based, highly scalable, used in production apps, and you just connect via an API. This is about Pinecone. Vivid is open source again, and it cloud options, has advanced search and knowledge graph feature. Milvus, powerful open source database for large-scale vector and great for enterprises. Faiss by Meta, it's a library, not a full DB or fast similarity search, often used inside the system. And Quadrant is open source, optimized for semantic search, and freely available as well. Best one for beginner is Chroma. Why do we need Vector DB? Traditional DBs understand only exact numbers. So as we discussed in previous slide, that when you are going to write a query, Example, select all from TVL employees where TVL name is Abby. So it will try to search exact match for Abby. It will not return any value, like even if it sounds like Abby or Abby. AI and human think in terms of meaning, not exact words. So if we say human being or AI, which is artificial intelligence, they think differently than a normal database work. So when you or AI searches something, you usually mean ideas, not the exact text. Example, you ask, how do I fix the flat tire? A normal DB will look for flat tire, but a vector DB understands that repair a puncture tire as well. So here it goes with the meaning, not with exact match. Vector DB just store meaning as a numbers. So AI models like ChatGPT, Gemini, and other run text into vectors. So AI models like ChatGPT, Gemini, and other can turn text into vectors. So list out numbers that represent meaning. Similar ideas have similar numbers. Dissimilar ideas have different numbers. Perfect for AI and RAG application. So once you are building a RAG application, retrieval augmented generation system, wherein you give knowledge base to LLM, and then you are asking, so basically in the RAG system, it takes help of that knowledge base which you have provided, and then it also takes help of LLM, and then finally it provides answers to you. So if we see traditional DB versus vector DB, searches for exact words, wherein vector DB searches for similar meanings. Traditional DB works with numbers and text exact match, wherein vector DB works with meaning. This is great for structured data, but this is great for AI and semantic search. Example, find Abby will find Abby, but it will find any names like Abby. We are going to take example of ChromaDB. We will do an exercise on ChromaDB. We'll try to understand what ChromaDB is, and then finally we'll install ChromaDB in our setup to show the demo. So the ChromaDB is an open source vector database designed for AI and LLM application. It stores text embeddings, that is vectors, and allows you to perform fast similar search. Commonly used in RAG, retrieval augmented generation pipelines. ChromaDB is lightweight and easy to set up, and that's why it is used by many people. Developers used to build chatbots, search engine, document, Q&A systems, and intelligence assistants, and then ChromaDB is mostly used there. Chroma is owned by Chroma Incorporation. It is based in San Francisco. Chroma is a COS, that is commercial open source software, wherein you can use core Chroma feature, but for services it may charge. According to a peer shot, Chroma has mind share of 10.2 plus minus percentage in the vector database category as per November 2025. Chroma competes with other vector DBs like Pinecone, Melvus, BB8, etc. We now understand the Chroma, what Chroma is, what company owns it, what is the market share, and stuff like those. Let's try to understand how to install Chroma in our machine. So first of all, you have to understand is you have to have a Python there. So you need to check that whether your machine has Python or not. So you can go to command prompt and you can check Python 3 -- version, and it can give you the Python version there. And then you can create a vector DB or any folder wherein you can store. This is an optional. I will tell you why this is optional. And then you can go and on the same prompt, you can apply the command pip install ChromaDB, and this will install ChromaDB in your machine. You can also check whether ChromaDB has been installed successfully in your machine or not. For that, you can use pip show ChromaDB, and then you can create a Python demo wherein you can use ChromaDB. Now the question arises here, I have only taken the example of Python. So is it Python the only way to use ChromaDB, or we can use ChromaDB with other technology bases as well? Then the answer is no. Python is one of the ways that you can use ChromaDB. So you can use in Python client, and this is suitable for local RAG and prototyping. You can also use in JavaScript and TS clients, Node, Bun, Deno. This is the language supported. And you can also use with REST API, any language, enterprise system, and microservices. You can also use in Chroma Cloud, any language, production apps without any setup. So these are all the technology stacks where the ChromaDB can be used. Now we have understood what ChromaDB is, how to install, and how to check if ChromaDB has been installed or not. And since we are talking about Python, let's go and try to see all these things in action. So if I'm going to install ChromaDB, there is a command called pip install ChromaDB. So if you execute in command prompt, it should actually install ChromaDB here. It's not happening because perhaps pip is not installed. If I check if Python is already installed, so I'll go here and I say --- version, Python -- version. So we see that Python is installed, but somehow the pip is not installed. So we'll go and install pip first. To install pip, we have something called a command called python -m ensure pip -- default -pip. Let's see if it installs for us. So this should install pip, and we can check the pip version there. So let's go and check the pip version. So for that, what I'll do, pip - version. It's still not showing, then we need to install pip manually. So we'll go python -m pip install upgrade pip. So let's do this. It's installing pip, perhaps it has installed, and now let's go and run that command, pip - version. It is still not showing. Cd users, and then cd users name, cd app data, cd local, cd programs, cd python, cd python 39. So we have one more thing is python scripts. So we have two paths. Number one is up to 35, 39, and number two is scripts. We will copy these two paths and we'll try to set the environment. So for setting the environment to these two paths, we'll copy the first path. The first path has been copied, and now we'll try to set the environment. So environment variable. So how did we go? We went to Windows, and then we open this environment window, and then we click on environment variables. Clicked. So under the user variables or system variables, there are two sections: user variables and system variables. We'll come to user variables and select path, and then edit, and we'll say new, and we'll copy that path, and then again we'll copy the other path, this one, and then we'll come again and new and copy that another path. Both have copied. Okay and okay, and then set it. So I've already started the command, so I'll say pip - version. It's now showing me pip version. So now we can go and try to install the Chroma here. Installing Chroma here, the command would be pip install ChromaDB. So now it's trying to install ChromaDB here. We'll now check the version of ChromaDB, or the ChromaDB has been installed successfully or not. So for that, we'll give a command pip and then show ChromaDB. So this should show you that ChromaDB has been installed. You see that name is ChromaDB, version is 1.3.5, summary is Chroma, home page is this one, and location is this. Okay, so this makes sure that the ChromaDB has been successfully installed in your machine. We'll now go and create our first Python program to utilize the ChromaDB there. Try to open Visual Studio 2022. So the Visual Studio gets open. We'll create a new project, and here Python application, it is already selected. So we'll select this Python application, and then we'll say next, and we'll make it like the name is ChromaDB demo, and we will select the perfect folder for this. So we'll go to this demo. The folder has been selected. Now we'll say create. This should create the first Python program for us. We'll see here that ChromaDB demo.py, the first Python program has been created. As we have created Python application, let's go and try to understand how can we use ChromaDB here, and we will do this demo and we'll see things in action. So I have written the code just to save some time. The code goes like this. This has got some steps: step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, and that's all. See, first of all, I am importing a couple of things. I'm saying import ChromaDB here, and then I'm also going to get something from ChromaDB.utils. I'm going to import embedding functions, and right from ChromaDB, I'm going to import client here. Make sense? Let's go line by line and try to understand what all that we have done. In first step, we are creating a client, Chroma client here, In second step, we are going to create a collection. I will just talk about collection in detail and other things and stuff. And then in collection, we are going to add couple of knowledge base, some statements which will work as they will be stored as vector in DB, and they will be stored in Vector DB, Chroma Vector DB, and they will be stored with the way the ChromaDB stores the data there. So these are all the values, and this way we are assigning unique IDs to each knowledge base statement that we are going to store. And then we are asking a question. In here we are receiving the answer. Let's go and try to understand these all things line by line. First thing is from ChromaDB import client, and from ChromaDB utils import embedding functions. So here you are telling Python to bring the ChromaDB library here, and you also are going to say that embedding functions to be brought from chromadb.utils. This is the first section. In second section, we are going to create a client. So how are we creating a client? Client equals client. So we see this line here. We are saying Chroma client equal client. So since we have already imported client here, so we are going to call this method, which will create a Chroma client here. Think of this as starting a vector database engine. So by doing this, you are doing what? You are trying to start a vector database engine. So this client is the connection between you and Chroma. All the future operations which you are going to do, like create collection, add data, query, will happen through this client. If you are using simply client here, client Chroma client equal client, this will not create any physical file. So this will store the data in RAM, and it gets flushed once you are done with your work. But just in case you wanted to create it is in physical, there are other ways to do. In some way that we do is we need to specify the path, or the syntax can be little different from there, but in that case you will be creating physical file. But if you are simply telling Chroma client equals client, this way you are simply going to store all the data in RAM, in temporary memory. It gets flushed once you are done with your work. Next is create a gate collection. So what you are going to do, collection equals client.gate or create collection, and you are providing it as a name, as a demo, and then you are calling the default embedding functions. This is most favorable functions, and they are useful for demo purposes. So we are using default embedding functions. A collection is like a table in normal databases, like you have SQL or Oracle. So this collection is like a table. You can think of like that. Demo is like a table name. And if already exists, Chroma will use it. And if not exists, then Chroma will create it. ChromaDB will create it. Embedding function tells Chroma how to convert text or sentences or knowledge-based statements that you have given into vectors, into numbers. We have already learned from our previous video that Vector DB, in case of Vector DB or in case of RAG implementation, and details are in Vector DB stored in the form of vectors. There are specific numbers provided to the text. The default embedding function is built in, which I have already talked about here. Now let's go and see what else that we are doing. Here we are inserting data to the collection. So apple is a healthy fruit, Python is popular programming language, and for that matter we have written so many things. The capital of India is New Delhi, mango is the king of fruits, orange is rich in vitamin C, Bengaluru is the IT city of India, and for which everything we have provided a unique ID. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you have provided this all IDs to them. Makes sense? Now you have added this, so you can document 1 is ID 1, document 2 is ID 2, like that you have specified. And further, what you are trying to do is this. Basically, this does what? This reads each sentence and then converts into numerical vector embedding and stores in the memory using the name called demo, which is a collection, which we have already called as a equivalent to table. Make sense? And after that, we are querying it. So result is a variable that we have created here, and then we are trying to say collection.query, query text that we are supplying, and that result is received. And this way you receive, you are asking Vector DB a question. The question is which fruit is healthy, or for that matter we are asking another question, that IT in India. And then what will happen? ChromaDB will work on it, and it will try to get more approximate and matching document, closest matching document by meaning, not by exact match but by meaning, right? So ChromaDB returns sentence the best match, end results equals one that you have written. And this way you get that you are supplying the query and you are getting the answer. Having said that, I have tried to explain each and every line of the demo that we have taken. Let's go and try to run the program and see if ChromaDB gives us the correct answer there. I'm back in our Python application, and then I'm going to hit this start button to run this in Visual Studio. Hitting that start button, you see this is working in, and the query is IT in India, and let's see approximate answer is Bangalore is IT city of India, and there is another word, another sentence that is related to India, is capital of India is New Delhi. That makes sense. So it has not given the exact match, but it has given the matching responses to you, and hence we see that Chroma is in action. That was your complete introduction to vector databases, what they are, why we need them, how they differ from traditional SQL databases, and how to get started with ChromaDB using a simple Python demo. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel to grow. And if you want more upcoming videos on RAG, embeddings, agentic AI, and practical AI demos, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Share this video with your friends so they can also learn along with you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.